Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we are going to talk about the print function and the operators used in Python. So previously, we've been displaying things by just typing the name of the variable, but this is because we're using this Jupyter Notebook that helps us to see the output very fast. But in Python, if you wanted to display anything on the screen, we use the print function. So you can print something like print and then opening and closing brackets and then what we want to print in the quotation marks. So we'll say maybe we want to print welcome all. So if we run this, it will print the value welcome all. So that is how you will print the value, use the print function. So if we wanted to print an integer, we will say plus the string, we'll say welcome all, and then we'll put a comma and then say 20, for example. So that will print a welcome all and 20. So basically for integers, you don't put them in quotation marks. What you put in quotation marks is the string. So if we had a variable, let's say we had a variable called number 2 and then the value was 300 and we wanted to print this, we'll say print and then we'll just pass the variable name inside the opening and closing brackets and we say number 2. So that is the print function. So it's used to display something on the screen, same as the one we had previously, which is the input function that it's used to get values from the keyboard. And then the other thing is the operators that you can use in Python. So operators are basically symbols such as we have plus, minus. So these things help us to do mathematical calculations or logical operations on operators. So Python has different categories of operators. We have arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators basically help us to be able to do mathematical calculations. So things like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication are in the category of arithmetic operator. So if we don't want something to be executed by a compiler, we will put this as a comment, and to put a comment we use the hash to be able to make something. So the compiler will ignore this statement, it won't compile. So the arithmetic operator, so we say the plus function. Plus is for addition. If you want to add two things, you use the plus function. So for example, if I had a variable named a and this value was 89 and variable named b and the value was 97, I can add these two by saying a, I can just say print a plus b. So this basically will print the value of adding a plus b. If I wanted to multiply the two, I will say print a star. Star is used to be able to multiply two numbers in Python. So I'll say print a star b. If I want to divide two numbers, I will use the subtraction operator, which is basically a minus. So a minus b, that a dash basically does the subtraction, and then we get negative 8 as the difference between the two. If I wanted to divide two numbers, let's say I want to divide b by a and say b divided by, so print b divided by a. So we use the forward slash to be able to divide. So if we did like this, we will get a floating point. If we wanted to get the whole number or the quotient of the division, we will use the two forward slashes, which is b. We will write b and divide by a. This one will give us the quotient, which is this part of the number. And then if we want to get the remainder of two numbers, we will the remainder of dividing two numbers, like for example this one, the remainder of dividing b and a, we will use what is called the modulus operator, which is the percent sign. So this will give us the remainder of dividing b and a. And then the other operator is the exponent operator. If you want to raise something to a certain power, we will use the double stars. So let's say we want to raise a to power 2, for example. This will just basically square a. Or if we wanted to raise a to power b to power 3, we can say 3. So this is the power, and this is the value you're raising. So basically you use the double stars to be able to do the exponent. That is for what is called the arithmetic operators. And then we have what is called assignment operators. So assignment operators are used to assign values to variables or operands. So when you want to assign values to variables, you use what we call assignment operators. So we've already seen an assignment operator, which is the equal sign. When you want to assign a variable to a value to a variable, you use the equal sign. So basically what this does is take the value 67 and assign it to the variable, the memory location A. So if you want to access that value stored in that memory location, you just type the variable name and it gives us the answer. And then if we wanted to, there is an addition assignment whereby, for example, if I wanted to add 2 to A, I will do A plus equals 2. So basically what this does, it takes the value of takes 2 first and add it to the value of A and assigns that value back to A. So that is called an addition assignment. So if we want to see now the value of A, remember our A was 67, we're expecting to say 69. So if we want to see the value of A and we just type A here, we get 69. That is what addition assignment does. So you can also have a subtraction assignment, basically where you take A, for example, A minus equals to maybe we want to remove 3 from A, the value of A, and then we want to see what's the value of A now. We've removed 3, it was 69, so now it is 66, so we've removed 3 from the value of A. That's called a subtraction assignment. We can have a multiplication assignment or division assignment, basically where you take A star equals to 2. So basically what you're saying is multiply 2 with A and assign the value back to A. So if we do that and we see the value of A, we can see it is 132. That's 66 divided multiplied by 132. We can also have a division assignment. So basically assignment operators make use of the assignment operator and the particular arithmetic operator. And then we have comparison operators. So comparison operators are used to compare two operands or two values. So if you want to check if two values are equal, we will use the equal signs basically, and basically the results of comparison operators are usually true or false. So for example, if we had our A and we had a B. So if we want to check A is equals to B, we will just say A, B. And then it gives us that is false because these two values are not equal. If you want to check if A is greater than B, we will use A and then the symbol of greater than, and then we check if A is greater than B, then that is true because the value of A right now is 132 and the value of B we had previously, we had B being equal to let's see what was the value of B when we started this, it was 97. So 132 is greater than 1 greater than 97. If you want to see if A is less than B, we use the less than operator and then we get a false because it's greater than. And then if you want to check if A is not equal to B, you say A and then we use an exclamation mark and then equals B. So this will check if A is not equal to B. So basically it results to a true because A is not equal to B. And then if you put greater than or equals to, checks if either A is greater than or equals to B. That will be true because A is greater than B and it's not equal to B but it's greater than B, so it runs to a true. You can also check if it less than or equals to B. This is not true, it results to a false. So those are called comparison operators. And then Yeah, that's basically the comparison operators, and then we also have the logical operators, which basically are used to check different conditions if they are true or not. So the logical operators, we have the and the or. So basically this checks condition to see if they're true or false. They also results into a true or false. So if for the and, it has all the condition has to have to be true. So like if I say A is greater than B and A is equals to B. So if one of them is true and the other is false, then that when we have this results into a false because A is not less than, or if we can check this to be equals to, we can also get an A here, which gives us a false. So that is, and then if we do an or here instead of an and, it will result to true because A is greater than B, but it's not equal. So if one of the condition is true, then it results to a true for the or. For the and all the condition have to be true. So that is it for the operators. Thank you. See you in the next lesson.